This video contains themes of child abuse and violence. Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I've not done this for so long. I've not been in front of the camera, like talked into the mic. It feels so weird, like I'm a different person, like I'm doing this for the first time. It feels so weird. Anyway, my name is Omodele Salu, and if you're here, that means you're invested in true crime content as much as I am. So welcome. Take a seat. I'm going to be posting a lot of content like this. So if this is something that you like, please like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you can get notified when I post a new video. I miss you all so much. I miss you guys. Ooh. Now that all that is out of the way, let's get right into today's case. On the morning of the 24th of March 2015, a crew from the Housing Authority from the 36th District Court went to a house on the Lower East Side of Detroit, Michigan to serve an eviction notice. When they got to the house, they saw that no one was there. They went in anyway to move out the furniture, and they noticed that the house was very untidy, but that did not mean too much, and I'm sure that they've probably seen houses in worse conditions. So they're clearing out this house, right? And then they see this freezer in the living room, so they have to open it and clear it out too, right? And when they go to open it, what they see is so freaking terrifying. There was a frozen dead body of a teenage girl wrapped in a plastic bag. The crew immediately called the authorities. I mean, they came to move stuff, not to do some Raymond Reddington type cleanup. When the authorities got to the house, they made yet another discovery that sent shivers down their spines. Underneath the frozen dead body of the teenage girl lay another body, the body of a young boy. Now, the authorities are probably wondering, what the fuck is going on? Alright, why are there two dead children in the freezer, and where is the owner of this fucking house? Well, enter scene the woman behind this heartbreaking mess, Blair. Now, not much is known about Blair and her childhood, but according to her, when she was young, she was abused by a woman, and she told her mom about it, but her mom did absolutely nothing.
Can you talk me through the type of abuse that you had to suffer as a kid?
You mean sexual abuse?
If that's what happened?
That definitely did happen to me. That's why I know exactly how would have grew up. I told my mother what happened to me. And the only thing she said was, it's over with, so what the you want me to do about it?
Michelle grew up and had kids of her own, Gabrielle, Stoney, Stephen, and Matthew. As at the time of this case, Gabrielle was 17, Stoney was 13, Stephen was 9, and Matthew was 6. So a total of 4 kids, right, by 2 different men, Alexander Dorsey and Stephen Berry. Michelle presented herself as a loving mother of 4 who would do anything for her kids, but there were reports of abuse going on in the house. In 2002 and 2005, authorities had visited the home of Blair to investigate reports of abuse going on in the house. Then she had 2 kids. There were reports of verbal and physical abuse, but still the children were left in her care. So I'm thinking that they must have known for sure that Michelle was not abusing her kids, right? And I'm just assuming here. This is me assuming, because those children were in that house until the unfortunate incident. So let's take it back to the beginning. Where did we stop? Yes. The police getting to the house and finding out that there is another body. The police knew that this house belonged to a woman by the name of Blair, and this woman had 4 children. But where has this woman gone? And hopefully her children are alive and well. With the help of a neighbor, the authorities are able to trace Blair. She was at the house of another neighbor with 2 of her children, Gabrielle and Matthew. They asked her a few questions and then they go ahead to arrest her. And she just looked on and said, "I am sorry." While the police are trying to figure out what is going on and how a supposed loving mother of four can have two bodies of dead children in her freezer, an autopsy is being conducted. The autopsy results came back and the medical examiner confirmed that the bodies of the children in the freezer were Mitchell Blair's other two children, Stoney Blair, 13 years old, and Stephen Berry, 9 years old. The medical examiner ruled their deaths homicide. And if you thought that this could not get any worse, well, you thought wrong, because the autopsy results confirmed that these children had been dead in that freezer for at least a couple of years. Mitchell Blair confessed to their mothers. According to her, in August of 2012, she came home one day to find her son and her youngest child stimulating sexual activities using dolls. It was then she asked him, "Why are you doing that? Did anybody ever do that to you?" She claimed that he told her that his brother Stephen had, and she was mad with anger. So she rushed up the stairs to confront Stephen, and Stephen confessed to this thing, this horrible thing. He confessed. And so she started to kick him, started to punch him. She then placed a garbage bag over his head until he lost consciousness. Remember, we're talking about a 9-year-old child here. Mitchell went ahead to repeatedly pour hot water on Stephen's genitals, causing his skin to peel off. She later made him drink Windex, and then she grabbed the belt, wrapped it around his neck, lifted him up, and then asked him, "Do you like how this feels?" Choked with a belt. He lost consciousness yet again. After 2 weeks of torture, Stephen succumbed to his injuries on the 30th of August 2012, and Mitchell put his body in her deep freezer. 9 months after murdering Stephen, Mitchell said that she found out that her 13-year-old daughter, Stoney, was also assaulting her youngest child. And so she would stab Stoney and beat her from time to time until eventually she died in May of 2013. She put Stoney's body in a plastic bag and stuffed her in the deep freezer on top of Stephen's body and continued living in the house as if everything was fine. Stephen Gage Berry and Stoney and Blair were in the deep freezer for almost 3 years and no one looked for them. They both had absentee fathers and Blair had previously taken them out of school. She told school officials that she was going to teach them at home, and when the neighbors asked about the children, she always had an excuse. Mitchell Blair pleaded guilty in June of 2015 to 2 counts of premeditated murder, and she's now serving a life sentence. This woman showed absolutely no remorse. She said that there was no excuse for rape and she would kill her children again. Mind you, there was no evidence of rape. So, I don't know. Look, the system failed these children because I'm just thinking back to 2002 and 2005. What happened? Like, I mean, even one of their fathers, I think Stoney's father said that he saw Stoney one time with like whip marks across her back. And I'm like, I mean, was there no evidence to like, I don't know, like these children were failed completely by everyone around them, the system, the relatives, all of them. I don't know. It's just weird because our relatives were saying that they stopped giving her money. They wanted her to go back to school and get a job because she was always calling to ask money to like take care of the kids. And all of a sudden she just stopped calling to ask for that money. And you guys were not worried about the children at least. And that brings us to the end of today's case. You all take care of yourselves. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you for the next one.